Welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway, qualifying underway for the Arc Music Xfinity Series. Travis Martin currently on pole, Brad Wilson second, Casey Graves, Ian Montrose, then Ryan File. Car we're watching now, the number 50. Black and white Shenandoah Shine car goes 6th overall. Brantley Bryant, 3rd quickest. His Shenandoah Shine Toyota. Very Jeff Bodine vibes with the colors and the scheme there. Goes to the pole. Top of the charts, Brantley Bryant. Jimmy Scherer in the 15 sorry machine clocked in the 4th spot before sliding on his second lap, so I'm sure he'll abandon that one and call it a day. Yeah, Matt Benke, Daniel Wall, and Cliff Mullins waiting to go out. We apologize for the 10-minute qualifying. It's supposed to be 5. But ever since he meant to put it at 10 on a short road course at Watkins Glen, he has made it 10 everywhere. Jeremy Scherer is going to call it a time, and Cliff Mullins heading out in that 37 AC Racing Graphics Camaro. And he blinks. Weird time for that. On his first time lap officially now. First lap 15.037, which is funny since he's the 37 car. And lap number 2, 14.881 for Cliff Mullins. Move him up to 3rd. Cliff sits on the inside row. Nice effort out of the 37. I hope the drivers can kind of one after another this and not like race at the same time and spread out the qualifying as we watch Cliff Mullins come to the pit lane. And noses it into his pit box like they actually normally do during qualifying sessions. Crewman will call him over, check the temperature of the inside of the wheel well there. As we wait for Hayden. Hayden starts to roll out there in the Napa 100th anniversary machine. See the blue name rails and Arc Music and front splitter and rear splitter and spoiler and all that. Arc Music playoff indicators. In the chase race is this 56 Napa car. I'm sure that makes a lot of Chase Elliott fans happy. Or maybe old Martin Truex fans. Of course, Daniel Llewellyn is starting to roll out there while we have Hayden to watch. Hayden's first lap, 15.093, good enough for the 5th spot. We'll see him through turns 3 and 4, see what he can put down on his second lap. Should get down to the 14s. 14.756. 1/1000th of a second behind Brantley Bryant. That's pretty close. But P2. Daniel on his first lap. He'll complete a 15.2. Slot him in 7th. He's going to spin it out on his second lap. Won't be able to improve. So he will start 7th if no one else jumps ahead of him. Well, Lucas Weissman waited the first 5 minutes. Now the Sunny D Toyota heads out there. The Toyota fan of me excited to see Lucas running Toyota this weekend. Beautiful Arc Music blue, Ghostman blue playoff indicators for this 97 machine. Currently playoff cars fill up the whole top 5 except for the leader, Brantley Bryant. We've not seen Blake Giglio at the dirt race tonight, and so far we've not seen him in qualifying. We got a Nicky Phillips rooting for Sheldon Phillips. Lucas goes to P3 on the first lap. Let's see if he can drop it down even lower, and he does, but a 14.792. He'll remain 3rd, but did pick up speed there, so should protect him a little bit from getting knocked down the order. I don't know if anyone else is going to qualify, but we shall see. Nick Cooper tends to start at the back of the field. The 426 car is not going to get out there. You have Matt Benke just sitting on the pit lane. I think he wants the TV time. And as I say that, I can't even find him. There he is. He's just sitting there. Pink Floyd machine chilling at the end of the pit lane. Now he's going to roll. I said his name, and he's now interested in rolling. Gonna crawl straight out of the pit lane. There he goes. That's gonna be a black flag though. We'll have to reset if he wants to do it. Plenty of time. He said, yay, yay, I'm moving. I don't know if he meant yay, yay, or yay, yay. Here comes the 35 Pink Floyd machine. The pinstripes. Another hole in the wall where that 35 is. Clever. Clever paint scheme. Starting the first time lap for this 35 Camaro. He's sliding it. He's up the hill. He's into the wall. He's going to keep it in there. Didn't damage it too much, but this lap's not going to count. He's going to have to get through 3 and 4 and get ahead of steam. And try on lap number 2 not to do what he just did. This time a little more conservative into 1 and 2. Keeps the car underneath him. Diamonds the corner. Gets the low exit out of 4 to the straight. And it'll be a 15.2. Should put him in 9th, I believe. And it does. It's Matt Benke. Normally in an Amtrak car. Changing it up. Going to the Pink Floyd and getting a top 10 starting spot. Still got 5 cars that could qualify. Nick Cooper, Jeff Price, Trenton Steed, Jay Munch, and Dave Hoitzman. None of those cars seem to be wanting to move out there and try it. So we may be done with 2 minutes to go. Sure would be cool if one of those 5 cars qualified. Love the 27 car design. Welcome in, Troubles. Good to see you. Hope everyone's having a delightful Tuesday. Matt just slowly rolling it back to his pit lane is all we can show you because there's nobody else rolling. Could go chat with Brantley Bryant. This front row is going to be scary. Yeah, a little bit. Are you going to choose the top or nah? Oh, Matt noses it into the wall, trying to do the Cliff Mullins, but gets kind of out of shape there. Oh, now we're going to Trenton and go backwards in the box. All right. Why not? There's Cliff still nosed in there, and Daniel's just sitting at the end of the pit lane. I think he spun it on his first time lap across the line, so both laps kind of done for Daniel. That's why he's just sitting there. It doesn't really matter. It'll be like a 7-minute lap at this point if he goes out to complete his run. Nick Cooper, Jeff Price, Trent C, J Munch, Dave Hoitzman, none of them rolling, so we'll go ahead and say this is a poll for Brantley Bryant and get a chat with him. Track down Killa in the Shine chat. Brantley DG, got a copy?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty killer lap for you there. How was it to get around the Bristol Motor Speedway in 14.755 and beating Hayden by 1/1000th of a second?
I babied it. Honestly, I thought Hayden was going to outrun me, but I was sitting there watching him. He wiggled out of 2, I think. Coming out of 2 for me, I got tight, but I mean, I didn't even run that in practice. I'm gonna be real. I thought Hayden was going to out-qualify me, and then I saw that I outran him by 1,000th of a second. So, I mean, it really shows who the better Bristol racer is. So.
Okay, well, we'll see how it plays out and see if we have another CTC Bristol-esque finish between the two of you.
If we do, I will be the 56 car and he'll be the 50 car.
All right, bud. Good luck. Brantley Bryant.
Okay, hey everybody, welcome to Bristol. We got 160 laps tonight. Halfway at the end of 80. Starts on green. Restart after that's on later. Later has lane choice. 5 total sets. I don't know. Any other questions? Let me know. Have fun.
I like so. Travis, the Ghost Man Martin, giving us a quick chat there. All right, let's run through our starting lineup presented by our friends at the Wannagoons. Well, you've got Brantley Bryant starting on pole. Shenandoah Shine Toyota. Hayden Lowell in the Napa Chevy will start second. Lucas Hoisman, Sunny D Toyota, rolls off in a third spot. You see those blue playoff indicators all over the machine there. Travis Martin, Ghostman Ford, he should have those indicators, but does not. He is in the playoffs, though, starting in the 4th spot. Cliff Mullins, AC Racing Graphic Chevrolet, starting in the 5th spot. He's in those playoffs, as is Mr. Brad Wilson, who's not out on track yet. Typical Shenandoah Shine fashion, late getting their race car out to the racetrack. So sorry, we can't show you what his car looks like. Blame Bradley Wilson for that. Jeremy Scherer starts the sorry car in the 7th spot, crashing those playoff parties along with the pole sitter Brantley Bryant. Neither one of those cars in that playoff chase, nor is Daniel Llewellyn. As Jeremy Scherer has a moment there and disappears. There's Daniel starting in the 8th spot in that CTC Chevrolet. Matt Benke, Pink Floyd Camaro starts in 9th spot. Then back to the playoff contenders. Casey Grave in 10th, another one of our playoff cars. Welcome back Ian Montrose from vacation, not a forced vacation. He just took a personal vacation and went and had himself some fun. So now here he is starting the playoffs a little bit behind, but still in the playoffs and still going to have some fun running in 11th. Ryan File in the 50 starts in the 12th spot. Shenandoah Shine Ford. And 3 different manufacturers from across the teammates there. So that's very entertaining. Sheldon Phillips starts his number 27 Ford in that 13th spot. Nick Cooper. Ford EcoBoost Ford. I'm glad that's a Ford. Starts in the 14th spot. Trent Sneed, the Dirty Boys Automotive Chevrolet, starts 15th. Jeff Price, Back Channel Production Chevrolet, starts 16th. Jay Welch in the Traveler Whiskey Chevrolet starts 17th. Dave Hoytsma in the 712 Brakes Esports Chevrolet starts in the 18th spot. And we have 18 cars set to do battle here at Bristol. Field rolling out onto the track. Thanks once again, Wadagoons, for our starting lineups. We did show the 27. Killer Cross saying this front row is going to be scurry. Apparently Ryan Hayden Lowell 52, 56. One's Shine, one's low drag, C2X, whatever you want to call them. Madigan Motorsports. It's on a lot of teams. Pace car completes the first of 2 pace laps. Run through our playoff contenders for you. They are underlined in blue on your scoreboard. They're Hayden Lowell in that 2nd spot. That is not the camera. That's the camera. Hayden Lowell in that 2nd spot. Lucas Hoytsma the 97. Travis Martin in the 63. Cliff Mullins in the 37. Brad Wilson in the 51. Finally on the track. Then you jump back to Casey Graves in that 10th spot. Ian Montrose 11th. And Trenton Sneed in 15th. Those are your playoff cars tonight. Pace car dives off, and we're about to get ready. 160 laps at Bristol Motor Speedway. We are underway. Green flag in the air. Arc Music Xfinity Series presented by Mr. Ghostman. Part of the Sidewinder Racing Leagues. Check them all out at dgsracing.com or on our Discord. Discord.gg/Sidewinder. A little bit of contact back here, but don't see anything crazy happening. And the timing screen seems to be busted, so we're going to try to load a new one. Hayden jumps out to the race lead. Lucas Hoytsma battling for 2nd here. Apparently Bryant going to hang on to that 2nd spot. Running the high line. A lot of people opting for the low lane here, even though the high line can develop a lot of speed. Apparently Bryant wants to get the lead back. He'll battle Hayden Lowell down the backstretch there. Through 3 and 4. See if Brantley Bryant can complete the pass coming off of turn 4, and he does. Brantley Bryant back to the race lead, our pole sitter. Bryant content to run that high line. See if he'll drop to the bottom now and be past Hayden. No, he's going to stay up there.
Well, I backed off real quick there.
And Casey Graves and Daniel had a moment. Let's see if we can take a quick look back. See Casey running behind Daniel. Gets to the outside. Casey gets big sideways right in front of Daniel. Daniel able to avoid him. Great job, Daniel. And Sheldon Phillips just smacked the wall pretty good. 27's around on the front stretch. Is that going to be a yellow? It is. First caution as Sheldon Phillips crashes the 27. Let's see what happened to Sheldon. Riding behind Dave Hoytsma. Steps on the accelerator a little too hard coming out of turn 4. Noses it into the inside wall just past start finish. He tries to not bring out a yellow. He moves down to the bottom, but unfortunately that is still considered racing surface, and he brings out the yellow.
Gave you plenty of room.
Sheldon now 2 laps down. They do have fast repairs in this series. He's going to have to use one. He has a meatball currently. He's going to drive around because it's a single pit lane. So Brantley Bryant continues to lead. one of our not playoff cars, and a whole bunch of playoff cars. Hayden Law, Lucas Oyster, Travis Martin, Brad Wilson, Cliff Mullins, all in playoff contention. Casey Graves has made his way up to the 8th spot, moved up a couple spots from the start. See nobody really pitting except for this wounded 27. He's got to come down and clear out Meatball. Keep an eye on the field, see if anyone comes down and tops off the tank. Looks like J Much has opted for the pit lane as well. Traveler Whiskey Chevy. No, a lot of Earnhardt Jr. fans are super excited to see JRM in the Daytona 500 this year.
While I will be choosing the top.
Brantley Bryant giving Hayden the advance warning. He's going to the top for the restart.
Good. I hope you burn your shit up.
Daniel Allen back at 9th. Dogging shit. It's one of the things Daniel's best at. Sheldon Phillips' car back in action has cleared the Meatball. Now have to hope for some yellows to get back from 2 laps down back to the lead lap. Could be an uphill battle for the Phillips machine. Lights out on the pace car. We're getting ready to resume racing. Sure, the 27 fans in the YouTube chat are a little disappointed with why we were showing the 27 there, but he's got a chance to turn it around. Field makes their way into turn number 3. Should see that pace car dive off about the exit of turn 4. Brantley Bryant about a foot and a half off the wall. He'll be jumping on the accelerator any moment now. There we go. Green flag back out in the air. Brantley, it's a huge jump over Hayden. And there it goes. 56 down in front of Lucas Weissman to cut his nose off. Keep Lucas from running that bottom lane to gain the advantage. Lucas just about had the nose in there, but Hayden had none of that. Travis Martin in the 4th spot now. Brad Wilson battling Cliff Mullins. That is for playoff contention. Jeremy Shear, Casey Graves. That's a battle for 7th. Casey trying to use the outside, but gets a little too much of the wall. Even gets a 2X. He hit it pretty hard. Normally you can rub the wall and not really pick up the incident points, but if you hit it hard enough, it'll do that. Half-second lead for Brantley Bryant up at the front.
Don't be doing that wall ride. Oh, that definitely didn't help.
Daniel talking about Casey. Pretty funny after last night. So Casey got a little right rear damage out of that, and a little right front damage out of it. He got it pretty good. Both ends of the race car bent in a little bit. Brantley Bryant, almost a full second now over Hayden Lowe. Hayden and Lucas running the bottom, protecting the tires. Brantley Bryant saying to hell with that, running flat out, using the higher lane, which has a little more speed in it. See him drop down a little bit that time. Not right at the wall anymore. Hayden and Lucas still running very low, trying to protect the tires. Travis Martin, Cliff Mullins all doing the same thing. Brad Wilson around Jeremy Shear. Jeremy running the top side, so he's trying to use up the tire now and doesn't really care all that much about saving the tires as the 2 Mustangs battle. Casey Graves and the True Speed Toyota right behind him. Jeremy Shear gets to the outside of Brad Wilson. Probably much to the annoyance of Wilson in that 51. And Wilson able to get to the wall and clear the 15. Looks like Cliff's gone to the top. Just briefly through the center of the corner, then back down on the bottom. He's entering high and exiting low. This time he's staying high the whole way around. He's tired of riding in line. Gets to the outside of Travis Martin. And Clifford moves up to that 4th spot, running that high line. Next up for him would be Lucas, as Lucas and Hayden doing their typical tire saving maneuvers. Only cars to pit were Jay Munch and Sheldon Phillips. They're 17th and 18th still. Jimmy Shearer fighting Brad Wilson once again. Outside lane is faster, but it will burn your stuff up. As you see the 15 goes sliding down the hill in front of the 51. Brad Wilson. Now Wilson goes to the top. Cliff starting to work on Lucas Hoytsman. That has to feel good for the old, which one I call it, ego? Sure, we'll call it ego. That's to Lucas Hoytsman on the outside of Bristol. Lucas saying, go right ahead. It's like Jeff Price just got around Casey Graves. Nick Cooper gets by Ryan File for 14th while we watch all this other action going on at the same time. There's Casey Graves and Matt Benke stacked up from 4th on back, or 9th on back. We get another caution. It looks like J Munch, Whisker Traveler Whiskey Machine has gotten out of shape coming out of 4 there. Through 1 and 2, and I guess it does it again. Coming down the hill, back in, comes around, noses hard into the inside wall. And the 27 will get one of those laps back as flashes by on the outside without making contact. Well, unfortunate for J Munch. Back in on Brantley Bryant. See if we get any takers on the pit lane here. Not seeing a whole lot.
Hey, Hayden, are you pitting?
I guess we would know right about here. This is the side you have to pit from.
Pit.
Lucas, is he gonna do it? He is.
I like boobies.
Lucas is coming to the pit lane. What up, Jake?
Doing what you do best, Bradley.
There goes the 27, getting a lucky dog around the outside. Go from 2 laps down to 1 lap down. You watch Lucas Hoytsma, Jeff Price, Casey Graves, Dave Hoytsma, and Joel Munchell on the pit lane. All those lead lap machines. See if we see tires on the 97 or not. We do. Right side goes up in the air for the Sunny D crew. And left side's going on as well for the 97 team. So 4 tires, a full tank of Sunoco fuel. Jeff Price, 4 tires and fuel. Casey Graves, 4 tires and fuel. Casey Graves took a fast repair. So that 4 car has to go the rest of this Bristol race. 130 laps with no fast repair. Same's true for J Munch. Obviously, his car was torn all to hell. He had to. And Sheldon Phillips, the other car. 3 cars have used fast repairs already 31 laps into this 160-lap Bristol race.
Hey! I'm choosing the Bible.
Brantley Bryant. Choosing bottom. Field rolls into 3. We're getting set for a resumption of action. 128 laps to go. There goes our pace car bouncing in its way down into the pit lane. That was funny. Green flag back out of the air. Brantley Bryant starts from the bottom, clears up ahead of Hayden Law. Hayden going to give a pressure here for the lead. Apparently restarted on the bottom, then immediately goes to the top. Try to fend off Hayden Law.
Sorry.
Lucas with the fresh tires, restarted 13th. We'll see how he can do coming up through the field on 30-lap fresher rubber. Not just battle for the lead. Brantley Bryant using that preferred high lane. Hayden staying down low. Looks like Brantley's going to prevail. Someone out of shape back there. Looks like Matt Benke. Pure chaos back here. Just checking on Lucas. He's up to 11th, working on Daniel. Teammates at low drag. Ooh, Daniel did not go to the wall. That was almost bad.
I did ride the wall. I did catch it.
Lucas out to 10th. He's going to go on board with the Sunny D car. Watch him try to come through the field. See how steep the banking is at Bristol and how tight these radiuses are. The cars actually got to disappear at the top of your screen and then come back into view. Ryan File riding the wall a little bit there. See Lucas doing a bit of a diamond. Should have a good run on that 50 car. Trying to drive under him on the corner. Great execution on the setup there. See if we can get the drive off turn 4. And Lucas will have that 9th spot. File's trying to stay out there. I don't know if he's going to be able to though. Oh, Jeff Price in the background. Goes around. 19 car. Bounces in the inside wall, and that should be another caution, and he has disappeared quickly.
Checking up.
Got out of shape and then came down right across Casey Graves. Bounces into the wall. Spins around. And the motor blew. Was there contact with the Phillips car? That would be bad for Phillips. He'll lose his lucky dog. Jeff gets out of shape, comes down the hill right in front of Casey Graves. I don't know if there was contact, but that team goes very quickly to the inside wall, so it's surprising if there wasn't. Let's see if we can find out. Try the far chase here. Oh, yep, there's contact. Saw the quarter panel crinkle and pop back out. And Phillips does hit the wall there. Be interesting to see if it allows him the lucky dog or not. Doesn't want me to zoom in on his car right now. There we go.
Yeah, and don't worry about it. It's just short track racing. Shit happens.
Well said. If only everyone had that mentality. All right, Brantley Bryant's on the pit lane.
Honestly, I feel like late models would handle this track better. It's a super speedway to them.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's true, yeah.
So Hayden Long, Cliff Mullins, and Ian Montrose have not pit.
Halfway through the straight.
Nor has Matt Benke in 7th. Brantley Bryant, first time on the pit lane, along with Travis Martin, Brad Wilson, Jeremy Shearer, Daniel Wallen, Trenton Sneed. All these cars, 4 tires in Sunoco fuel. Back out onto the racetrack. Ryan File, Daniel Wallen, Nick Cooper. That was fun. It's already over though. What happened, Jeff? Get just big him out of shape, and did Casey actually get you, or is that net code? I saw your fender push in and then pop back out. It was weird looking to me.
I'll show everyone in Charlotte.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, yo.
Now, 4 cars have not pit. Hayden Law, Cliff Mullins, Ian Montrose, and Matt Benke. All up in the top 7, including our top 3. Lucas pit last caution. He is in that 4th spot. Brad Wilson pit this caution. He's that teal car.
Take inside, go around.
Right there.
23, go around me.
23. Green flag back out in the air, and here they come, roaring right at us. Hayden Law gets the jump over Cliff Mullins. And Ian Montrose to Lucas Heusman. See if Lucas can use those fresh tires. Although Ian and Cliff stacked up together. Lucas is going to shoot the middle. Lucas gets clear of them both, going through the middle. And let them resume their battle behind him. That's pretty funny. Lucas can try to track down Hayden. Battle on now between Montrose and Graves. Shouldn't be much of a contest. Graves does have fresher tires and able to get around. No, there's Jay Much. Jay Much contact and back down the track. He comes in front of half the field. Oh my gosh, there goes the 27 spin again. Guess Sheldon won't get the lucky dog again. Shearer is involved. We heard Jay Much on the radio immediately.
59% sure every time that's Nichols.
I've seen all kinds of crap just slide on up.
Daniel. All right, let's look at it. That is Travis. We want to go on board. Much. Back it up. Brad Wilson, Brantley Bryant. Oh, that is a lot of net code. Oh my God.
Hey, I'm doing what I do best, man. I'm doing it that long way.
That was a mile of net code. Watch it one more time. The back bumper of the 69 car will crinkle with no contact. Right there. Nobody touched him.
Yeah. You're the best around the wall.
Matt
Ryan's
Menke
the
gets
best
into
at
it.
whatever
Jeremy
the hell
Shearer
he
gets
does
into
at
it. I
dirt.
think Travis may have gotten
I'm the
away
best
with this
at
somehow.
wrecking. And Wolfie's will just keeps disconnecting.
Travis' car doesn't look too beat up. He might get away with this net code here. There's a little wiggle on the nose. Let's look at the rear chase. That looks okay. Left front might be squished in a little. Yeah, just a little. A little squished in on the left front. He'll probably come down and get that pulled back out. You see the Hot Wheels car on pit lane. Let's actually go back to that shot. Just see if it pulls back out. It's obviously not taking the fast repair. It's not big enough damage. We'll see if the crew can get that pulled back out in about the 30 to 45 seconds you can get sitting on the pit lane here before the pace car comes back around again. You can see the flashing lights heading in the background around turns 3 and 4. You know that means the pace car is about the midpoint of the corner. As soon as those lights stop blinking in the stands, it should be on the straightaway. And here it comes. Travis going to have to drop it into gear and didn't fix it completely.
Top.
So it was a bigger hit than we thought. Didn't get the quick fix from the pit crew. We'll have to try again. So the Ghost Man, one of our playoff cars, getting involved in that accident. We'll have to come back out and climb back up through the field. 3:30 is the call from the 63 team. 3 minutes, 30 seconds of optional with a broken toe link. So going to be an uphill battle for
Hayden
this.
and Lucas, I'm just saying this is a scary rear end to see. It's a scary rear view.
Okay.
The next 3 rows is all hell.
Green flag back out in the air. Hayden gets the jump. He went about the beginning of the zone there. Brad Wilson got a black flag.
Black flag clear for that.
I'll have to get that.
I hope the pace car going to be off the surface.
That clear. All right. Hayden Mull, Brad Wilson, 1-2, Lucas 3, Bryant 4, Ryan Fowle, Casey Graves, and Trenton Sneed, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Hayden still has not hit this race. J Much with the resub, appreciate you, my friend. Hayden trying to hold off Brad Wilson, but Brad Wilson has 40 lap fresher tires. I don't think it's going to happen. Racing to the end of lap 80 for the stage. J Much says this is fucking bullshit. I agree. You got net coded right out of that one. I mean, there's like 4 feet between you, and your back bumper just crushes in and you spin. He had 17 minutes of optional. What the?
Don't know if they want it close.
Never seen that. That's crazy. Steering was fucked. I believe it. That's crazy. 17 minutes. Travis's was 3.5, bouncing off him. He's last car in lead lap right now, hoping for more caution. We're not even halfway though, it could happen. Matt Menke's gone a lap down, so now Sheldon Phillips and Matt Menke can battle for Lucky Dog as Hayden trying his best. This wall ride thing's not going to go away anytime soon after Dalton Hayes made a huge stink over it last night.
Thank God Dalton's not here.
Whoa, 51 loose, gets up the hill. Brantley Bryant trying to take advantage. Both those cars pit on the same lap 18 laps ago. Hayden using that high line now, using all the good off the tire. Said it's time to try and make it to the stage. Try to get the stage win. So he's protecting top now. Got to hold on to it for 20 laps. Brantley Bryant has much fresher tires, but he'd have to pass him on the bottom if Hayden holds the top. And that is hard to do. Brantley gets right to the back of that Napa Chevy. He's going to move it to the middle line there. Maybe side by side down into one. Oh, they make contact and Hayden's going to go around. Makes contact with Ryan File to boot.
You holding your brake there, son?
It's almost like I called that like 30 seconds before it happened.
So did J-Munch.
I couldn't tell if you came off the wall or something. I don't know.
Well, let's give it a look.
I can't believe you predicted that you'd lose talent? Man, you are a genius.
Okay, that's pretty funny. He's got another couple feet up there on the right side. And, well, that's what happened. Y'all decide in chat. I know everyone's got their favorites. I'm just going to leave that one.
Comes off the corner. And, all right.
See, Hayden having a different view, which is not surprising. Drivers always take their own side.
Got a non-playoff car here to fuck things up, apparently. I expect absolutely nothing less out of Shenandoah Shine.
Wolfie said it was clean. Pretty much, Scott. That's my MO. Let the beef be beef.
It just sounds like more of your whining about the fact that I was quicker than you. It happens every time, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, you were parking at mid-corner, so I just went low, and then when I went below you, it seemed like you got loose off the top, and we got connected. It happens at Bristol. It's going to.
Hey, J-Much.
No, what's more likely, that you did that on purpose because you hate him, or it was an accident and a racing incident?
There's a difference between wrecking somebody on purpose and wrecking them on accident. Trust me, I would know.
Trust me, I would know. Wouldn't
We
everybody know?
listen and we don't judge.
No, absolutely listen and then judge.
I was going to say, this is SRL. We listen and then we judge heavily.
I'm just trying to repeat what the practice told me.
You guys need to start being nicer.
I don't know how to do that.
Take lessons from Daniel Llewellyn on how to be nice. You ChatGPT. Green flag back out of the air. Brantley Bryant, Brad Wilson. Shenandoah Shine 1-2. Casey Graves in that third spot. Shine 1-2-3. Cliff Mullins to the outside of Casey Graves. And we got 11 laps till halfway. Cliff moves up to third. Can Brad Wilson get by Brantley Bryant? That didn't sound good.
No, I was just trying to fit in a small gap and judge the angle wrong. I just tapped it upright.
A whole lot of wall clanging. It seemed like it was those two. Oh no, not Sheldon again. Sheldon's all by himself. Back in, comes around on the 27.
I'm not sure how I got that spot from you, Ian. I didn't think I was
This is
ahead of
into the
you
inside
every time.
wall. Fortunately, it doesn't collect anyone else. But that might be race over for the
100%
2017.
agree with you. I think this is why you have some sort of advantage. I don't know.
Yeah, my transponder's mounted on my front bumper.
That's that golden boy tree.
I guess mine planted in my ass.
I'm looking at the official timing and scoring, and it does show Lucas Hoysma passing Ian Montrose just literally a split second before the caution comes out. So there is that in the official scoring.
Mama threw that cap.
How far has Hayden rebounded? He is in 10th in that 56 Napa car. He's picked up 5 spots on his way back to find that 52, I am sure.
Oh God, please do not bring up duels.
Well, all right. Just about halfway in this thing. Lap 74 of 160, now 75s across the stripe, and they're trying to make a baby Mustang, it looks like. Mustang in another Mustang. Maybe we'll have a fight down in pit lane. Be a good Bristol race then, right? Need to wreck half the cars and have a fight. I think that's how they determine it. Oh man, we're just leaning on each other all the way up to the wall. I do that a lot on short tracks in real life. It's pretty funny to see it in the sim. Well, let's see what happens. Bryant gets in that restart zone and takes off. Brad Wilson trying to stay to his inside. Brad Wilson clears Brantley Bryant. Takes the race lead from the inside with that restart. Nice job. To the 51. Cliff Mullins. Ian not happy with Daniel costing him spots. Cliff Mullins fresh his tires there about it there. Actually just kind of went down the pit lane, it shows. Oh, Daniel Llewellyn got a bad restart. Now he's in the wall. 23.
I knew that was going to happen.
Brings out, this is a caution. Lost it on his own. Coming out turn number 4, just too much throttle. The race car goes around. Got to be gentle on the throttle. You can't mat it. And that is a meatball for the number 23. Does still have his fast repair, so he can get right back in it if he can make it back around without blowing up. Hood popping up and down. He's getting a lot of cooling in there at least. Be worried about the hood flying up in his face though. That'd be quite scary. Yeah, hood bouncing all around with the 23 as he catches the tail of the field. Looks like the hood wants to fly up, but the low speeds at Bristol are kind of helping him out. I'm sure we'll see the 23 along with several others hit the pit lane. Sheldon Phillips gets another lap back. Once again, we'll be going from 2 laps down to 1 lap down for the 2017.
Stay as close as you can, guys. We got to beat those pit road guys. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, don't be spreading the secret.
It is the end of lap 80, so it's important where they cross the start finish line. Guys on the pit lane versus guys on the racetrack. It'll be Cliff Mullins getting the stage win.
Oh, what a race.
Casey Grace, Lucas Leitzma, I think. Let's see what the official scoring shows. It was really close. Alright, so it's Cliff Mullins, Casey Grace, Brad Wilson, Lucas Leitzma, Nick Cooper, Ian Montrose, Matt Benke, Ryan File, Dave Hoytsma, and Brantley Bryant. That is how the stage points are awarded.
That's so sweet. You pit with me.
That's funny. I had to bunch up and try to get there. Now we can watch Daniel. Looks like he has taken the fast repair. That car back to brand new. Cars that still have their
I watch your words
fasties.
very carefully before I stop caring about this championship.
Oh my.
Wow, he just admitted to intentional wrecking potentially. Oh my god.
Potentially. I think Hayden's about the end of his give a damn stick.
I'm sorry in advance, Lucas. This thing is shot. I'm tired.
Oh no. Casey Grave is 51 laps into the run. He has the worst tires on the track, and he's starting right in front of Lucas on the front row. Cliff Mullins has control. They did give the 27 the wave. He went from 2 laps down to 1 lap down. Green flag back out in the air. Cliff Mullins gets the jump. Casey Graves trying not to hold up Lucas, so here comes Nick Cooper. Outside line's going to prevail. Now Lucas gets to the top. He's at the end of the stick and it's broken. Scott there. Lucas is going to pass before of Casey Graves on the outside. Ian Montrose is going to fill the gap. And here comes Nick Cooper on Cliff Mullins for the race lead. Nick Cooper broken away from the rest of the pack. About a half second already between them. Lost a little bit of ground there. We move back to Ian Montrose and Lucas Weitzman battle for third. Ian was able to get up alongside and get the nose ahead. Lucas running the outside line has the preferred lane as far as speed goes. Tire saving the bottoms for third. We are just past halfway. Checking on our biggest movers of the race so far. Nick Cooper up 12 from his not qualifying spot back at the tail of the field. Ian Montrose has picked up 7. Travis Martin's gone the wrong way. Trav down 9 after fixing some more damage on that last pit stop. Hopefully that car is getting to drive a little better for him. He can maybe start to move up a bit. The playoff guys farther back in the field. Martin, Sneed, and Wilson 13th, 14th, 15th. Mr. Clifford leading right now. He's in the playoffs. Nick Cooper
I've
is
seen the
not.
Shine car do already.
Oh.
Can you shut your fucking mouth, please?
It looked like Ryan File got out of the way of Hayden Lowe. Hayden still very bitter behind the wheel of that Napa car. Now he's working on teammate Ian Montrose. Lucas Weissman, meanwhile, is caught up to Nick Cooper. Lucas has about 25 lap fresher tires than that number 29 Ford. Sunny D Toyota trying to take over that second spot, but getting a pass done on that inside lane is just extremely difficult to do. Dalton's ready to be spicy in Discord after the race, oh no. Oh no. Well, Cliff Mullins enjoys almost a full second lead. Nick Cooper and Lucas Weissman, as they've been battling for that second spot. Then you have Casey Graves, Hayden Wall. They battle for fourth. Hayden able to get to the outside of the 4.
Thank you, Casey.
I don't think Casey gave it to him, but alright. Nick Cooper up the hill again. Lucas trying to get clear. I think he's got him this time.
Everyone that's associated with Shine.
No, like, I actually appreciated what Casey did. He left me a lane on the top, and I appreciated that.
Well, you didn't leave Brad a lane on the top, and you fucking put him in the wall and broke this shit.
Oh, man.
No way.
Meanwhile, Lucas is up to second. Trying to chase
I've never
down.
heard you not run a race without whining. Fucking yank.
You say waste? Waste without whining?
I'm trying to drive.
Hey, Kubo, man, what the fuck did I do?
Shut the fuck up. You want to talk about things so I enjoy from that? Here I am.
Damn.
Yeah, it's right here.
I'm right back here with you, brother.
Angry Trenton. Hayden around Lucas on the inside line.
It's okay, Trent. We got 81 struggling all around. So.
Ooh, there's so much spice going on right now. So much anger. Hayden pulling up on Cliff Mullins here, trying to go for the race lead with 59 laps to go. Wraps it around the inside line, leads at the line. Comeback for the 56 is almost complete. And out front goes that 56 car, is technically teammates with the 37. Now Lucas trying to chase down Cliff Mullins and take over that second spot. And Cliff's ready for a pit stop and get some tires, but now he's got to wait for another caution. Brantley Bryant, meanwhile, has moved back up to the 5th spot. So he's gotten past Ian Montrose. Brantley's starting to dig his way back. Lucas cleanly into second. He'll try to run down Hayden with 1 second, the gap between those two. Cliff now third, Nick Cooper just behind him fourth. Nick Cooper 64 laps and counting on the tires. Casey Graves 76 laps and counting in 8th. Those two have the oldest tires by far on the racetrack. Nick hanging on to 4th with it right now. Brantley Bryant trying to track him down. A bit of a gap back to Ian Montrose, Jeremy Sherritt, Daniel Wall, and Casey Graves, and Ryan File, your top 10.
Right, I would like to talk, because I didn't realize the 51 was outside of me until too late. I tried to turn off and still put him in the wall. I'd like to apologize for that instance.
Cliff Mullins gives up the inside line to Nick Cooper. And here comes Brantley Bryant. Nick Cooper up the hill. Bryant's going to get a twofer. Gets by them both in one single lap. Brantley Bryant up to 3rd from 5th. And he's got 1.5 seconds to try and track down Lucas Weissman. Lucas has a 1.2 second gap to try and close in. The top 3 are a bit spread out. Back here's where all the fun is. Casey Graves dropping down to 10th as Ryan File gets by. Brad Wilson getting around Matt Benke. Brad deep in the field now. Trying to make his way back up. It's going to be a bit of a struggle. Montrose way at the top of the track. Ryan File gets by. They're kind of trading this spot a few times now. Ryan File around the outside of Jeremy Shearer. Bit of a green flag run here. 30 laps and counting, and still out Hayden to just drive away on the new tires. Wallen and Cliff Mullins, that is for the 5th spot. Cliff's older tires starting to give up. Sheldon Phillips on the pit lane repairing damage. Let's see what happened to the 27 to send him there, but did not bring out a caution, so I guess that's a good thing. Hayden, less than a second now over Lucas. He's picked up 3/10 on Hayden. Slowly reeling him in. And Brantley Bryant losing touch, 2.7 seconds back of Lucas. It's Nick Cooper, Daniel Wall on your top 5. Cliff Mullins 6th. Ryan File up to 7th, and Ryan riding the wall a bit there.
Just want to say I'm not riding the wall on purpose. I'm just shit.
Into the wall again. Stayed way away from it that time. Always losing the back end. He excessively tried not to hit the wall. That was pretty funny. And Montrose Travis Martin battling. Travis trying to recover with that broken toe link on that left front ever since that early wreck. Now less than 40 to go. Kind of got what you got here. 3/4 of the race complete. Hayden Lowell leads. Lucas Huisma trying to run him down. He's reeling him in slowly, but it may be too slowly. Brantley Bryant 4 seconds back now. Nick Cooper, Daniel Llewellyn. This race went green at the wrong time for Cliff Mullins. He was just dropping back steadily with the old tires. And at this point, everybody would come down and take 4 new tires. Casey Graves, 91 laps since he's been on the pit lane. Another one that things went green at the wrong time. There's your gap, 6/10 between the two. Looks like Hayden really charges the corner on Lucas. Trenton getting around Jimmy Shearer. Hayden is now in lap traffic.
He's on the outside, man. I don't
I know Trenton's none too pleased with Hayden.
Where you're going to go.
I'll stay on the bottom of here. I'm sorry.
Keeps it parked on the bottom, makes Hayden go the long way around. Lucas is having to go around the outside of Shearer, so and Trenton gets way out of the way of Lucas. That was pretty funny. Those two go a lap down. Hayden now trying to work on Matt Benke. Matt
In
goes
the
all
way of the
to
97.
Good thing I'm the wall.
Lucas set
You
that up.
good trying to cheat like that?
Just drive through the inside. What Hayden do to Trent? The wreck Hayden caused, Trent got involved in it. So that was why a little bit of cheekiness there. Trenton's none too pleased. Montrose goes a lap down. 11 cars left on the lead lap.
Sorry.
Sounded like maybe Brad Wilson bouncing off the fence a little bit there.
We'll take off.
Half second between the two.
Thank you.
30 laps to go. Can Lucas cut that half second down? Turbo reporting a race is done. I think the car has banged off the wall enough times. Poor Shelton. I hope you had fun. 4/10. It's under that half second mark. Let's go on board with Lucas. He tries to track down race leader Hayden Law. Brad Wilson on the outside, 51. No issue there. Now Lucas just getting through the traffic slightly better. It's down to 3/10, not 2. 25 laps to go. Lucas closed in the rest of the way. A lot of open track ahead of him. Weird to see them both run the bottom. Lucas this time trying to middle entry. Probably turn it down on exit. And he does so, and he is right there. Well, Lucas putting the pressure on. 23 laps to go. We got a race for this win. Lucas peeking to the inside. Hayden all the way to the top. Ford versus Toyota out in front. Brantley Bryant, meanwhile, has worked his way all the way up to third, albeit 7.5 seconds behind this. Oh, Lucas gets into the wall. Loses a couple tenths there. Could have been worse. I'll have to reel him back in again. It's Matt Benke into the picture. Matt's fresh off the pit lane, so he could throw a wrench into this. Gets to the inside of Lucas as Lucas is trying to set up to get the corner exit down low. Probably not where Lucas wanted that 35 car to be. Lucas has lost a couple tenths. Lucas hoping Matt Benke will go up there and mess with Hayden now. Oh, Hayden did not get off that corner straight at all. Almost got into Matt Benke. Casey Graves finally having to hit the pit lane. The 4-car pitting under green in Bristol. That is brutal. Just the worst possible time for the race to go green for Casey Graves. What can Lucas do? 2 tenths back. So hard to pass on the bottom. If Hayden holds the top, it's going to be tough. Lucas trying to build the run. See him trying all sorts of different lines. Looking for the strong exit. They are catching a herd of traffic. That could be crazy. 15 laps to go. Man, oh man, is there a wall of traffic in front of him. Dave Hoytsma, Cliff Mullins, Daniel Llewellyn, and Matt Benke are all directly ahead. Dave moves to the top. Hayden goes low. Lucas gets to his outside. Lucas uses that opportunity to jump to the outside. Hayden went all the way to the bottom. Dave all the way to the wall. The middle opened up, and Lucas able to get outside. Now Lucas is pushing teammate Daniel Llewellyn down the straightaway. Daniel gets up to the wall. Lucas takes it through the middle. Lucas takes over the race lead through that lap traffic. That worked out wonderfully for Lucas. Now he's going to have to hold the top and hope Hayden can't do anything about it. Lucas, your new race leader with about 12 laps to go. Each car had a teammate in that little group of traffic. It worked out for Lucas. Cody, welcome in, my friends. Good to see you. I know you're sad about not being on Bristol right about now, especially with this long green flag run. We have 5 cars in the lead lap. Ian Montrose comes off the pit lane 15th. The gap half second between those two. Brantley Bryant 9 seconds back, but is in third. Travis Martin still in the lead lap, fighting that broken race car, and it's all the way up to 5th as a result of sticking with it. Love to see that rewarded as Lucas is closing in to lap him. But it is still 5th place whether he's lapped or not. There's 9 laps to go. Jimmy Shearer gets down out of the way as Ian Montrose goes around Hayden Law. Ian has fresh tires, so he'll be passing all these guys. Try to go from 4 laps down to 3 as he's trying to run down Lucas. Lucas will leave him the top. Oh, Ian got very loose there. That could have been hugely disastrous if it was worse than that. Fortunately, Ian hangs on to it. Gets past Lucas back to 3 laps down. Only 3 cars out of the race. Sheldon Phillips, Joel Munchell, and Jeff Price. Across the start-finish line, we'll have 6 laps to go. Lucas out in front and starting to pull away from Hayden. Brantley Bryant He's 9 seconds back. But hey, he's third. Ryan File in fourth. Travis Martin. Here's your current top 5. Dave Hoysma running 6th. Nice night so far. Daniel Long 7th. Brad Wilson 8th. Trent Sneed trying to recover in that broken race car is 9th. Now 2 laps down. Jeremy Shearer, your top 10. Lucas catching Brad Wilson, trying to put him 2 laps down. And Nick Cooper running out there by the wall. Nick's got fresh tires. Matt Binky's got relatively fresh tires. There's a lot of cars going a lot faster than our leaders. Makes it a bit spicy as these final few laps tick off. Nick Cooper able to get to the bottom and around Lucas. Nick 2 laps down. And Lucas will come off turn number 4. See the white flag in the air. 1 more lap to go. No problems for Lucas through 1 and 2. Field getting nice and spread out now. Through 3 and 4, and it's going to be all Lucas Hoysma, the Sunny D Toyota. Going to get himself a win here in the chase. Hayden Lowell, P2. Brantley Bryant, he'll be disappointed with the P3, but still a good points night for him, even though he is not in the playoffs.
How did we go green?
Solid effort, and there's the finish.
I'm the field, and I'm really good.
Travis Martin gets 4th, and Ryan File rounds out the top 5. Dave Hoytsman 6th.
I was actually able to save tires for 1.
Daniel O'Wallen 7th. Trenton Sneed 8th.
That's
Brad
right,
Wilson
Logan.
9th. Jeremy Shearer in 10th.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well,
Bonk. Let's go track down our race winner, Lucas Hoytsman. Lucas DG, got a copy?
yes, sir.
Well, you get yourself a win. Your dad gets 6th. Daniel 7th. What a night for the team.
Yeah, we were all fast, and man, we went almost like 80 laps green to the end at Bristol. I cannot believe that just happened, and a really good battle for the lead between me and Hayden. That was a ton of fun.
So it's 78, 79 laps, I think, and then you actually had older tires than all the guys you just beat. How'd you pull that off?
I mean, they never really got up to temp when I took them, so I was able to just sit out there and make sure I could save them enough to where they would matter at the end. I had no hope of it going green, but I knew with my older tires, that was my only shot at maybe getting the win, and man, it actually worked out, and I couldn't believe it. I thought we'd go green for maybe 30 laps, take tires again, and then I'd be stuck in second, and, you know, every single time. But man, that was, I love the way we went green. That was really cool.
I'm glad we got to race it out. You put on a good show. You're able to get by Hayden there. Did you think you were going to run him down in the first place? Because he had a decent lead on you.
No, at first, I think it was like 20, 30 laps into the run, we kind of just evened out. I figured 14 lap newer tires, I'd probably just keep pace with him with saving, which I was okay with. It was still a good points night. Got decent stage points, plus a second place wouldn't have been too bad at all, so I was just okay with that. But then I started inching closer to him. Lap traffic kind of played a factor. I was able to work through it a little bit better, and then luckily when he was going by my dad, I was able to sneak up through the middle and get outside of him, and I don't think he was expecting me to make the move there, but I knew that was probably my only shot, was getting to the top when he didn't expect it. So, yeah, that was, yeah, it made it a lot easier being able to go to the top of the track, and I just ran out of gas, so that shows how close I was.
Nice. Yeah, that was pretty cool. It's I think it was the second or third time we saw you make a shot through the middle like that, and you definitely prepared for it earlier in the race, and you pulled it off there when it mattered. Did it help that it was your dad and you kind of had confidence he would stay up there?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know he can hold his line, and you know, some of the other guys we've seen tonight, you know, some of our yellows, maybe I wouldn't have trusted so much, but yeah, no, I knew he could hold it up there, and I don't think Hayden had as much confidence, so I was able to sneak up through the middle.
Yeah, Hayden gave you the middle. He went all the way to the bottom to try and, I guess, maximize the shorter radius, and unfortunately for him, you were able to shoot the middle. Pretty impressive pass, so we enjoyed it. Thank goodness Daniel blew up. Oh, nope, now he's still making too much noise. My goodness.
That is
There we go.
loud. Oh, my word.
Yeah, I could hear it through your speaker. That was crazy. Anyway, congrats on the win. Getting it to the Bristol, parking it up on the roof. Has to be pretty cool. Way to win the night race here at Bristol.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's really cool that we could do this, and just want to shout out Quinn and 712 Breaks, you for broadcasting Arc Music, and Ghostman, everybody who puts this thing on, and my parents, my dad racing tonight, helping me get the win, and my mom and everybody else for watching. So it was a really fun night.
All right, bud. Congrats on the win. Get on out of here and enjoy it, and we'll tell us about tomorrow real quick.
Yeah, make sure to tune in tomorrow for Watson's Glen out in the Cup Series, turning on CTCRN for some crazy stuff. 40 laps of the Glen.
We're going left, we're going right. The cars are made like GT3 cars, but they're supposed to be stock cars, so it's trying to be two things, and it's great at neither thing. It's pretty damn funny to try and drive those around the racetrack. So I'm sure we'll crash a lot, but it should be entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. See ya.
Luke is back up to his chat and track down Mr. Hayden. I think Hayden's up in the waiting room for me. What a nice fella. Let's bring in Mr. Hayden. Hayden DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got Swiss.
Well, we brought home P2 tonight. Probably one of the top 3 cars of all night long. I can't really talk suddenly, but congrats on getting a podium finish, second place. I'm sure you wanted the win, but I'm sure everybody wanted the win, so somebody has to finish second. And if it had to be you, it had to be you. I don't know.
Unfortunately, it was me, but yeah, I think second best car all night, behind Lucas. I think Lucas was just slightly better on that longer run.
Did you think he would go for that move in the middle of the traffic going 3 wide with you?
Yes and no. I knew if I let him get to my outside, it was probably over. And I thought I kind of left a spot where he wasn't going to have enough room to get to my outside, but clearly I was wrong. That is a very bold man, and he he put it out there, and he got there, and I wasn't going to squeeze him into the wall or anything because of it. He made a good move, and he stole it from me. Okay, he didn't steal it. He just muscled it away.
10-4, power move through the middle to get that lead away, and I don't know, your car needed to be a little bit wider to keep him from getting in there, but go ahead, hit me with your friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs for your P2 tonight.
Yeah, Napa Auto Parts, Arc Music, C2X, Madigan Motorsports, as always. You supposed to putting on the broadcast. Travis for helping with our Xfinity series. Love him and love his face for that. Would like to make sure that I do not thank Shenandoah Shine, because they have once again devolved into their usual scummy tactics tonight, and I do not appreciate that. That kind of stuff, in my opinion, has no place in our leagues. And would like to thank everyone for putting on, like, what was that, an 80-something lap run to the end, 78, something along those lines. That was phenomenal. That was some of the best stuff I've seen.
It's crazy to me.
That was cool.
It's crazy to me is Lucas had 14 more laps on his tires than all of you guys that pit there.
Yeah, I took rights, and I kind of burned them up thinking, there's no way we go green to the end, right? And, well...
And then you did.
We went green to the end, so...
Oh, man. Well, it was a good race. Yep. It was very entertaining to watch. You guys really put on a good show. You got out there. Lucas ran you back down. It was very entertaining. So at least we put on a good show for Arc Music and all of our fans out there. Hope they enjoyed. Thank you for running with us tonight. Thank you for helping out with the stuff that you do. And we'll see you back here hopefully tomorrow, if not Thursday.
Yep, tomorrow for CTC Cup. We got a Watkins Glen win to go get. And we got a championship to go fight for there. Looks like after tonight might be out of grasp. Lucas got a 41-point advantage now. He's going to need a bad race, and I'm going to need to make up a bunch of points in a race for that one. But tomorrow, everything seems to be still wide open, so that should be a fun one.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Drop him back down in the waiting room and bring in Brantley Bryant. Brantley, DG, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you have to wait a minute while I try to find your race car on the track since you disappeared already. Got to make a party for the broadcast. You know how it is. All right, there we go. Found you on the racetrack. We got it brought home in the third spot. Started from the pole. Kind of I guess a disappointing third. It's still a good finish, but not really where you wanted.
Yeah, I felt fast all night. I just on that long run that we had, I was shimmying the front end around, and it was just not going anywhere. I went to a corner a little too hard and got into the outside wall, so pretty sure my right front two got knocked out, and so I was just trying to baby it as much as I can. Ended up with like 50 on my right front. I mean, it's not as bad as Brad with 8%, but
dang.
I don't know what in the world Goodyear gave us tonight, but it was not good.
Are you saying the tires actually wore and the drivers didn't like it?
Yes. We need a colder track temp and whatever tires the next gens are running.
No, it's the opposite of what we need. That makes miserable racing. All right, man. Congrats on the P3. You got the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for us?
Yeah, Shane with Shine, Bradley, all the True Shine guys, Casey and all them for running, Ryan for running with us. I think if it wasn't for the 10-minute qualifying, he wasn't going to run it. But then he was like, you know what, I'll run it, whatever. And he ended up, I think, finishing like P5 or something like that. So he was running pretty good.
Yeah, good night.
I think Mooncar and everybody for coming out. I don't know what to say about Hayden. I'm gonna be honest. I'll just call him out straight up. He was about a little too far off the wall than I thought he was going to be, and I came up and I stayed in where I thought he would be, and he wasn't there, and we made contact. Joel, that was all iRacing, so blame iRacing. We were not even close, and it spun him around and got into each other. I got into a lot of people tonight, but I mean, it's Bristol. You can't do anything about that. Thank you for broadcasting this, and Travis for running with us and running this league. And it's always fun racing against him because he's one of the better tire savers I've ever seen in my life. So he's always fast on the longer runs like we had tonight, which was very surprising here at Bristol. So it was fun, and I'll see what I can do tomorrow at Watkins Glen. Probably wreck it going to the bus stop and hit the outside wall or something. I don't know.
It's more fun to wreck it coming out of the bus stop.
Well, last season I got wrecked going into the bus stop, so.
Yeah, but you should try harder and wreck out of the bus stop.
I'll wreck in the S's because apparently that's where I'm slow.
Oof. All right. Well, good luck tomorrow. We'll see you then.
All right.
Brantley Bryant finishing it in the third spot. I don't think he appreciated my wrecking it out of the bus stop comment. We'll see you tomorrow in CTC at Watkins Glen. Thanks everyone for coming out tonight. Let's go ahead and get our final results looked over real quick as we get this back over to the 97 car. Get our winner in the background. We got Lucas Weitzman, Hayden Law, Brantley Bryant, your top podium finishers. Travis Martin and Ryan File picking up top fives. Dave Weitzman, Daniel Wall, and Trent Sneed, Brad Wilson, and Jeremy Scherer all in the top 10, despite some of those being 2 laps down. Crazy how long that green flag run went at the end, trapping a lot of cars off that lead lap. Some of them had to pit, like Casey Graves and Ian Montrose didn't have enough fuel to make it to the end, so they wound up back in 14th and 15th behind Cliff Mullins, Matt Menke, Nick Cooper. And you had Sheldon Phillips, who ended up wrecking the car and out of the race before 51 laps before the finish. Jay Munch, Jeff Price, and, well, I'm on there because it made me register as a driver tonight instead of letting me hit watch. So here you go. You get to see my name on the screen. Sorry. Oh, man. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Thank you so much. Let's thank our partners real quick that help us pay all the bills, and then we can get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of our nights and do some fun stuff. Yeah, Fort Worth. Wild Horse Broadcasting does our ARCA series on Monday. Wannagoons started us off tonight with our Dirt Late Model series, and then, of course, ARC Music put on this Xfinity series you just watched here at Bristol. 712 Brakes puts on the CTC Next Gen Cup series for us tomorrow night. And then we move over into Thursday with the Truck Series and Low Drag Esports, the team putting on the Truck Series for us with the broadcasting. Fort Worth Screen then comes in on Friday, does our GT3 series, which has been pure chaos. Then Golden Eagle Syrup puts on our Super Speedway series, where just about anybody can win just about any night. And E-Receiver Podcast puts on our Gen 6 League every Sunday in Sidecar. And then Big C's Diecast. They're doing 5 diecast giveaways. Dave just got his in the mail, as did Neo. We still got a bunch more diecast to give away throughout the year, so make sure you get in our Discord and find out how to win. It is discord.gg/Sidewinder. Thank you guys so very much for watching tonight. Congrats once again to Lucas Heusel on the victory here at the Bristol Night Race, and we'll see you guys in the next race. That wraps up the YouTube. We can get the music back on and hang out a little bit. We can try to do some caution by caution whodunit.